There is an invisible rhythm that moves through everything, a law older than any religion, older than speech itself. The law of giving and receiving. It's present in the tides, in the heartbeat, in every breath. When we exhale, we give. When we inhale, we receive. Both are sacred. Both are necessary. If we try to hold the breath, we suffocate. If we refuse to let go, life cannot move through us. That's what happens when we resist this law, when we cling too tightly to what we have or fear what we might lose. Life is not meant to be possessed. It's meant to flow. Everything in existence, rivers, galaxies, the pulse of your veins, follows this motion of circulation. The universe is not a storage system. It is a current. When you give freely, you align yourself with that current. When you withhold, you step outside it. This law isn't about morality. It's about energy. Energy must move. When it stops, it decays. Look at nature. The sun gives light without asking for anything in return. Trees give oxygen, fruit, beauty. Even in death, they give. Leaves become nourishment for the soil. Nature doesn't question or negotiate its giving. It simply flows. We, however, complicate it. We give with fear. We receive with guilt. We attach calculations and expectations to what should be natural. When you give with fear, fear of lack, fear of being taken advantage of, that energy carries tension, cannot return in harmony. And when you receive with guilt, as though you are undeserving, you close the very door you've been asking to open. To give is to trust. To receive is to allow. This law applies to everything. Money, time, kindness, love, ideas, even joy. When you share joy, it multiplies. When you withhold love, both sides starve. When you hold back creativity, you stop the flow of inspiration itself. The universe is not testing you. It is mirroring you. If you walk through life closed, it mirrors that tightness back as scarcity. If you open your hands, it mirrors that openness with opportunity. You cannot receive with a closed fist. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you want abundance, embody abundance. If you want love, become love. Every act of giving is an act of faith, a silent message to the universe. I trust there is more where this came from. And every act of receiving says, I am worthy of what flows to me. Picture a river. It gives freely, never clinging to its water. Yet it never runs dry. The more it gives, the more it receives, from rain, from streams, from the endless cycle of nature. Now picture a pond that hoards its water, fearful of losing even a drop. It becomes still, stagnant, lifeless. We do the same when we stop giving, when we hold back kindness, creativity, love. The energy within us begins to fade. Giving is not measured by size. It's measured by sincerity. A small gesture given with pure intent can ripple farther than you can imagine. But the other side of giving, perhaps the harder side, is learning to receive. We're taught that it's noble to give but selfish to accept. Yet receiving is part of the same law. When you receive with gratitude, you complete the circle. To receive is not greed, it's gratitude. It says, I recognize that I am part of the flow. When someone offers help, accept it. When life offers abundance, don't push it away. Gratitude is the bridge between giving and receiving. The more grateful you are, the faster you align with this rhythm. Gratitude dissolves fear. It reminds the universe that you see its generosity. The secret, though, is detachment. Give without expecting. Receive without clinging. When you give to get, the energy is tight. When you give with ease, like sunlight, it becomes self-sustaining. Whatever you send out returns. Maybe not from the same person or place, but always in essence. You may give love and receive opportunity. You may give time and receive wisdom. The how is not your concern, only the flow. Even creativity works this way. When you share your art or your thoughts, you give to the collective. And the more you give, the more inspiration life gives you back. There is no such thing as one-way energy. Even the heart, in its rhythm, gives and receives blood in perfect balance. So how do we live this law in practice? Start small. Give where it feels natural. Give without drama. A smile, a thank you, a moment of attention. True giving doesn't demand applause. Then practice receiving. Don't deflect compliments. Don't shrink from blessings. Accept them gracefully because rejection interrupts the cycle. Money follows the same principle. If you want abundance, start giving consciously, not out of pressure, but out of faith in circulation. Support something that inspires you. Share what you can. The amount doesn't matter. It's the energy of movement that counts. The more freely you let energy flow through you, the more life trusts you as a channel. Give your attention. In a world of noise, attention is sacred. Listen deeply when someone speaks. Be present. That's also giving. Give appreciation. Tell people when they move you, when they inspire you. Energy expands where it is acknowledged. And perhaps most importantly, give yourself. Your truth, your creativity, your presence. Those are your most valuable offerings. But don't confuse giving with depletion. True giving feels light. If giving exhausts you, it's not giving, it's people-pleasing. The law only activates through joy, not obligation. When you start giving from a place of fullness, you begin to receive effortlessly. You'll find that life starts to give back. Not always in the way you expect, but always in the way you need. Moments of kindness will return as opportunities. Acts of generosity will echo as unexpected help. And slowly you'll realize that nothing you give is ever lost. It simply changes form. Receiving is how you refill your cup, so your giving remains bright. In time, life starts to feel like a dance, not a struggle. You'll stop clinging and start flowing. You'll understand that abundance was never something to chase. It was something to allow. The law of giving and receiving is not about money or possessions. It's about energy. It's about living in harmony with the rhythm of existence. You are not separate from that rhythm. You are part of it. So give freely and receive fully. Let both actions be sacred. When you live this way, scarcity disappears because you no longer see life as a competition, but as a circulation. Remember, the universe rewards flow, not control. Let life move through you, through your thoughts, your hands, your heart, and it will always return, multiplied. Give, receive, breathe, and trust that everything you send out will find its way home.